I want to start this video off by saying it's just going to be a lot of ranting. So if you want to just hear my 2 cents on some stuff, then this should be a pretty good video for you. But there's not going to be any memes, not going to be any jokes. It's just me just straight up giving my thoughts on the community. I want to talk a little bit about the drama that's surrounding the skeptic community. And I don't really have a problem with skeptic community even being used. I understand that a lot of people always want to classify certain groups, especially when a lot of these groups are, you know, they're talking about the same stuff, sharing a lot of the same ideas, and then so you want to just say, okay, they're being somewhat skeptical, skeptic community. I get it. I've never really considered myself a skeptic, but I understand that there's a lot of stuff, a lot of our topics overlap, a lot of our fans overlap, so it's like, fine. If you want to put me in there, that's cool. If you want to put me in the commentary community, that's fine. It's all well and good. I honestly don't care if you label me something. It's all good to me. Recently, there's been an influx of drama, and it's kind of strange because we're used to there being a lot of conflict. There's always a bunch of people saying stuff and making reaction videos and countering points. But a lot of what I've been seeing is just pure drama, just he said, she said, and people just kind of screeching. It all started when there was a fringe element entered into the system, which is Laci Green talking about has she possibly been red-pilled, and just saying that she wants to talk to anti-feminists and start a dialogue and start to challenge her beliefs. And there was people like me that, you know, said, I respect that and I'm excited to see if anything comes from it. And then there was people that were just like really pissed off and saying people aren't being skeptical enough. And I found that really interesting because I didn't really see like what is there to be very skeptical about. You can be skeptical about her intentions, but I'm one of the people that if somebody's willing to do something good, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. And some people are saying, well, look, given her track record, is this going to be a good thing? Is she just trying to do this for money or X, Y, Z? I don't know. All I know is that, say, when something happens, we'll see how things go, and from there we can make an actual and rational judgment. And that's how I'm trying to play things out, but a lot of people are just trying to just start some shit, just trying to rock the boat because they're very disappointed in the community because this is not what the community is about, apparently, or something. And I find that really strange, and it's something that I'm like, I don't know. What I thought we were doing, what a lot of people were doing, especially in the skeptic community, that they wanted to sway people or they wanted to build bridges. At least that's what I'm trying to do as far as anything where, like just as far back when I started talking about anything like this, it was because of Gamergate. And the main thing I want to do was just talk about it, spread awareness, and hopefully we can get back to playing some fucking video games. And that's kind of the best case scenario. Like say if somebody like Laci Green is open to dialogue and maybe if a trend follows, then a lot of this ponage and a lot of these points and a lot of these sources and stuff that a lot of people like to use, it's not going to matter anymore. And for me, it's not a big deal because this isn't like my only thing that I can do. You know, if there happen to be like say all the SJWs, the crazies, just quiet down, and a lot of them see that, oh yeah, we are being a little irrational, I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. And then I feel like that's kind of like what might happen to Laci Green. I don't know. Obviously, you can be skeptical and think that she's still there's ulterior motives. I don't necessarily think that, but if there is, like I said, I'm willing to give her the benefit of the doubt. You know, there's a guy named Daryl Davis, a musician, a blues musician, that has started reaching out to KKK members. And, you know, there's a lot of people in the black community were just pissed off at him, saying that he's a coon and how dare you, you know, associate with the enemy. But I really appreciate what he's done because he's converted at least 200 people. Like, they were like renounced racists because he just befriended them by talking to them, by showing that, oh, I'm not such a bad guy. My skin doesn't mean shit, dude. It's just about the character. We can talk to each other, share ideas, and we can grow. And that's basically, I'm not calling anybody like a KKK. I'm just saying as an example that something like this could happen. And I even spoke to Laci Green about that, saying that I hope this starts a trend of building bridges because that would be the best case scenario. And she agrees. Now, do I think Laci's going to change? I don't know. I have no idea. But the whole thing that I like what I'm already seeing already, because just like Andy Worski and Francesca Ramsey had a conversation, which is something that probably never would have happened. Now, you know, I heard Andy Worski didn't really get much from her, and there was just a lot of her complaining about her feelings and stuff. But the fact that they even talked at all is kind of amazing. You know, like you say, like, oh, maybe we're not getting anywhere from that, but I think so. The fact that you can sit down and talk to someone that normally probably wouldn't give you a time of day is pretty amazing, in my opinion. And that's just what I want to see more of. Honestly, I think the best thing that can happen from this, I seriously doubt that it'll happen. But if Steve Shives is willing to talk to somebody, you know, like Steve Shives claims that everybody anti-feminist or the skeptic community are just a bunch of shitheads. They're all deplorable. He's obviously wrong. There's a bunch of people that are very, very well-mannered, that are very nice people. And it would be amazing if one day this dude would actually pull his head out of his ass, stop blocking fucking everybody, and maybe talk to some people that are very nice. I'm not expecting him to talk to me. You know, I'm not the nicest person. I would say that I'm pretty well-balanced for the most part, but I guess I can clean up my language or something because that bothers a lot of people. But I'm not just going after and taking shots at everybody. So I would love to talk to him, because Steve Shives used to be a good YouTuber. This guy used to be just an atheist that used to tell it like it is, and then he just manifested into, you know, I'm gonna join the feminist ideology because I need to join one ideology, and I don't understand that. I would love to pick his brain. I recently even listened to a podcast with him in it, just trying to understand him better, and it doesn't really make sense to me. Something must have happened behind the scenes, and maybe, I don't know, if someday he'll disclose it. Maybe one day he'll be like, what have I done? I don't know, but it would be nice to start a dialogue. So if Steve Shives ever comes across my channel, I would be like, dude, door is always open, man. You block the fuck out of everybody. It's despicable, but you know, if one day you're feeling just squirrely enough to, maybe I need to talk to one of these guys, what's up, dude? Now, one of the weirdest things that has been happening is the whole Sargon versus Thunderf00t thing, and you guys know what happened. It all started because of the skeptic feminists murdered someone, and there was a stream about it with V, Crowd and T. Sargon was in it, and a lot of them were cracking some jokes. Sargon was there just laughing, you know, just kind of having a good time in the stream. They're just, you know, dark humor and stuff. And a lot of people were pissed off about that because it just happened. And, you know, even though they were laughing at the skeptic feminists' you know, Russian Deadpool's expense, it was still distasteful. And I understand why a lot of people were angry. And I feel like Thunderf00t, he took this opportunity to really leave the skeptic community and not really introducing conflict into it, but just a lot of drama, because overall all it was I don't like this, I'm gone, like look at me, and not really just addressing the stream itself, which I think most people wouldn't have had a problem with that if he just would have made a video about that, saying that I didn't like this, you guys can do better, and then they could still have a little bit of a back and forth, but it would be just strictly about these issues. Like, is this moral or not? Should this be done? Because I think there's a conversation to be had about that. People will say that, oh, there's no limits to dark humor. Or some people say, well, maybe you should just wait a little bit. I am more in the camp that, yeah, there is no limit. However, you can't expect people to leave you the fuck alone and just let you be. People are going to give you shit for it. It's kind of like, say, the whole freedom of speech thing. Yeah, there's free speech, but you might get some consequences. You can say fuck you to someone, but they might punch you. You know, even though that's not right, it's just the reaction. Now, see, what I think what's happening with Thunderf00t, though, like, honestly, what I see happening is he's kind of, like, wants to separate himself, not just because of something like that happened, but because of just the growing trends within the community, where there's a lot of people that are conservative or alt-right or whatever that are being in this, and it's always just been the liberals, where it's always been, you know, the liberals were cool, they're the ones debunking all the crazy, the conservatives and the right-wingers, and there's been somewhat of a paradigm shift, and it's bothering a lot of people. It's bothering a lot of people that consider themselves liberal, you know, because, like I said, they were always the level-headed ones. Now they're being thrown in the batch of, you know, the progressive liberals, or regressive. It's just all liberals, crazy liberals, SJW liberals, and it was a part of their identity. It's a part of his identity. So of course that's gonna bother him. And I feel like, say, seeing a lot of this shit happening is like, I don't want any part of this, because it's getting to the point where, like, say, for example, Sargon or anyone, all these people that consider themselves liberals are being considered alt-right or something, which it's absurd, but at the same time, you gotta imagine that it's bothering some of these people, and I feel like it's definitely bothering Thunderf00t. Being one of the grandfathers of YouTube and being skeptical about a lot of things, all of a sudden you're just seeing something that you used to be proud of changing quite a bit, I understand why you would want to step away from it. Like, I see when people on the right do something really stupid, that people that consider themselves like classical liberals will jump on it so hard to really just like solidify that, see, I'm still liberal, I'm still liberal. And the whole thing is like, dude, you know yourself that you are just you know, stop overreacting. And I feel like, say, that's what happened to Thunderfoot. So the drama, it just got really petty, where, you know, I remember Thunderfoot kind of denouncing and talking shit to Lauren Southern for some of the her tactics, and saying that her journalism's a little it's lacking integrity. And what I saw from him piecing together that stream and everything like that, and talking about certain things, it seemed like it was almost the same thing, or like little things here and there were cut and were pieced together. And he said, oh, watch the entire stream right there, so he could, you guys can soak up everything. But you know, not everybody's going to do that. They're just going to watch his video. I thought that was a little disingenuous. And yeah, Sargon was a little misrepresented, so he fired back. And there was a few back and forths. But what I saw today, just Thunderfoot kind of just one little point, one little sentence that Sargon made was made into an entire video. And what I've seen from that is, like, that's not conflict, dude. That's just like straight up drama. Ex-girlfriend can't let go. Or I'm like, dude, you already knew you were gonna get backlash. You even said it in the first video. And for him to still be making videos like this, saying like, oh, I've been called a liar. I'm like, what did you think was gonna happen, man? Did you, I don't know. Like, there was, maybe he had two variables, that people were either going to be mad and talk their shit, or maybe say Sargon would apologize or something. Maybe he would just apologize and be like, yeah, that was a little insensitive, I shouldn't have done this. And then Thunderfoot can still grandstand and say, well, I'm still leaving, and doors shut, boom. And from there, kind of ridiculous, man. I feel like, say, the best way to have gone about it was just to, you could have made a video about this, just saying, I disapprove of this. And I feel like it would have just been like, fine. And you could have just not made videos and not need to be like, I'm leaving the skeptical community and I'm glad I'm leaving, and shit like that, where I'm like, dude, nobody wants to hear that, man. And of course you have every right to make these fucking videos. It's just like, look at the results. It's gotten to a point where now people are just hating without even seeing what you have to say. And that's stupid on their part, but at the same time, what do you expect? You know how people are. You talk about tribalism, man. You know how people are. Whatever, dude. I really don't know what your end game is now, but I'm really interested to see if Sargon's gonna respond, and then if Thunderfoot will respond again. Or Thunderfoot, are you legitimately done with this community? I'm curious. There's a lot of other stuff going on in the community, but I really just, I'm not gonna bring up everything, because a lot of it is just pure just drama, just stuff that I'm like, what the hell is this? This is really fucking weird. But I feel like, say, these two main points, talking about Laci Green and Thunderfoot, there was some stuff that's kind of been on my mind a little bit, and I didn't really want to make like a grand video, but I just wanted to talk about it, and also wanted to see what you guys think of in the comment section, because it's really interesting. I really want to see where people stand on these things, especially about, like, say, being skeptical about Laci Green or Thunderfoot. Did he overreact, or are you with them? Because, like I said, I still like the guy. I appreciate his content. Been watching it since like 2010 or something. So whatever though. But let me know what you guys think. I'm really interested in just rating the comment section and seeing what you guys think about the situation. And that's all this video is about. Just wanted to put some stuff out there. If you guys like listening to my voice, then there you go. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.